Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica and today's video is going to be a chit chat get ready with me. Also, happy year of the rabbit. It's my year this year. If you want to get this bunny plushie I designed, then shop delivery.co. I also did an eyeliner technique that I think the hooded eye girlies will really like. At first glance you can't tell, but all of the eyeliner is basically on the bottom, so it doesn't cut into your eyelid. So if you want to see that and get ready together, catch up, then just keep watching. Okay, so starting with the brows, recently what I've been doing is I don't really fill in the entire brow completely. I find that usually when I do my brows first, I do end up having to touch them up at the end of my makeup routine anyway, because usually when you apply foundation, it like gets on top of the brows. So what I do is I just sketch out a shape and then at the end I'll refill it in and also apply brow gel. I noticed that whenever I do my eyeliner, like it usually ends up cutting through here, which ends up making my eyes look more hooded or smaller than they normally would look. So if you have eyes like mine or more hooded eyes, doing your eyeliner like this, where it's like a little bit more downturned and it doesn't ever touch the hood, might actually suit your features more. So I'm taking an eyeliner pencil, and the key here is to keep the line on the bottom. You can see on this side, the majority of the liner is on the bottom lash line. So I'm just extending the eyeliner. To open up the eyes more, we're gonna leave a gap here and then draw a bottom line. Don't worry about the lines being messy because we're gonna clean it up anyway. So that was just the baseline, but now we're gonna take a brown eyeshadow and blend out to create a soft shape. The issue that some people might have with creating this eyeliner shape is that it makes your eyes look too downturned. So a good way to combat that, if you don't want that shape, is take an eyeliner and extend the inner corner and then set that with eyeshadow. Next, I'm using a liquid liner to get a really thin line. We don't want it above the lash line, just fill in the lash line. Use a waterproof gel liner to fill in the waterline. The Makeup Forever one is my favorite. I find it's the most waterproof. Next, take a shimmery or nude liner and draw a line right here. This sort of helps to clean up the liner, and it also opens up the eyes more because it's brightening that little gap we left open. To also make the eyes less downturned, you can apply a little bit of shimmery liner right here, right below the other inner corner line, and then bring it into the waterline right under the pupil. I'm using the Flower Nose Chocolate Series Embossed Blush in Antique Doll. It looks like this. It's so pretty. This is my favorite brand at the moment. It's so detailed. I'm not gonna apply too much eyeshadow because usually you don't want to apply too much eyeshadow if you're doing like eyeliner for hooded eyes. It's just not gonna show the eyeliner. Next, I'm gonna curl my lashes. I've been saying this for the longest time now, but if you have straight, stubborn lashes and you don't like the Etude House Lash Perm Curl Fix, which is one of my favorites, you need to try this one. This is the Kill Lash Superproof Mascara Long Curling from Clio. So this one's less clumpy because it's, you know, lengthening rather than volumizing. And then I'm gonna pinch the lashes together. You see how it creates that separated lash look? Next, let's apply individual lashes. Okay, so moving on to the face, I'm gonna first apply moisturizer. This is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. I'm actually running out of this, so I have to like... This stuff is so good under your makeup. It actually makes your base look flawless. For my base today, I'm gonna be using the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear Care and Glow Foundation in the shade 105W. I actually didn't like this the first time I tried it, but mixed with concealer, I really like it. So I'm mixing it with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla. Oh yeah, but big news, delivery is officially closing. So if you guys don't know, delivery was my shop. I designed like plushies and stationery and just home goods in general. It was a really fun passion project for me for the past few years. I didn't find myself like really sketching and designing stuff as much as I used to. And there's another huge project I'm working on right now. So if you want to snag any of the things I designed, you should probably do that now. Because they're not coming back, and these are all things that I personally like drew and designed. I'm super particular about plushie quality, so the plushies are like the best quality. It does feel a little bittersweet saying goodbye to it because I did work on it for a pretty long time, but I'm also really excited for the next project I'm doing, and I think you guys will really like that too. Next, I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powder, but this is the tone up version. I feel like this is a very underrated Laura Mercier powder. It has like a slightly pink tint, but it doesn't actually leave a pink tint. It just sort of brightens up everything. But yeah, if you've been thinking about getting anything from delivery, now's the time to get it, because once it's gone forever. Next, let's contour. Okay, so I talked about this recently on live, but a lot of people weren't aware about like not getting into an elevator alone with a person, which was kind of alarming to me because I was like, I feel like more people should know about this. But at my last apartment, I had a weird experience, like elevator encounter. How the apartment is laid out is there's the mailroom here, and you have to have a key fob to get into the mailroom. Then there's the gym here, which you also need a key fob to get into. And then all the way at the end of the hall is the elevator. You can't get to this hall other than going through the mailroom or the gym. So this elevator, you do not need a key fob to get up the floors because you already need a key fob to get into the entrance. So I was coming back from the gym and there was a man who's coming from the other side of the entrance. So I saw he was wearing a construction worker uniform and he had gone through ahead of me. So he was walking this way and then I came out of the gym and I started walking this way. So we were both headed towards the elevator. So since he was in front of me, I noticed that he was walking to the elevator and he stopped there. So I walked past him because I didn't want to get in the elevator alone with him. So I walked past him, I turned around the corner and I stood there and waited. And then when I heard like the little elevator ding and then it went up, I walked back to the elevator. When I walked back, usually above elevators, it shows you like what floor people are going to, so you can track like when the elevator gets to your floor and then you can get in. So I was waiting for the elevator and I saw that the elevator stopped on the top floor and then it was coming back down. It wasn't like it stopped there and paused like somebody was keeping the door open and like dropping something off or anything. It literally went up and then it stopped and then it came back down right away. When it came back down, the elevator doors opened and the man was still standing there. So when I saw him standing in there, it was very suspicious to me because it doesn't make sense that you go in an elevator and then you go to a floor and then you just go back down. Like you just stood in there the entire time. So once the elevator doors opened, he was standing there and he asked me to come into the elevator. He was like, "Do you want to come in?" I didn't really answer him. I just like looked at him like weirdly and I started backing up and like getting ready to run. And I think he could sense that I felt like weird about it. So he just got out of the elevator and then walked around the corner and walked away. And then I got into the elevator and I went up. In hindsight, I think I should not have gone up. Like maybe I should have just gone back to the mailroom or like to the leasing office and asked somebody to take me up. Let's apply the same blush as we used for our eyeshadow. Immediately after the encounter, after I got into my apartment, I started like trying to gaslight myself into thinking that it was like nothing, like I was just overthinking it. But I couldn't help thinking that something was wrong. Like something in my gut was just telling me, yeah, that would have been a really bad situation. So I ended up calling the leasing office and telling them about it. And they went and like sent somebody to go look for him, but he was gone by then, I think, because I waited like a really long time to call them, which was my fault. But you know, I was spending that time trying to gaslight myself. But yeah, I feel like there were a lot of red flags. Like he got in the elevator just to not go anywhere. And then the most suspicious thing is that he asked me to get in the elevator with him instead of just like, if he was planning on getting off at the first floor for whatever reason, like go up and go back down. After the doors open, wouldn't you just immediately get off on your floor instead of asking somebody to come in and then get out? Like it just didn't really make much sense to me. Even if I tried to think like, oh, he was just trying to be nice. You only ever ask people to get in if you're planning on like continuing to go down or you're continuing to go up. You don't ask them to get in and then you get out. Like the only reason why he got out is because I started like looking at him weirdly and I looked like I was about to run. So yeah, moral of the story is don't get in the elevator with strangers, especially if it's just you and one other person and it is like a man. But yeah, I remember telling this story on live and a lot of people were actually like, oh, I didn't know you weren't supposed to get in the elevator with just one other person. And I feel like more people should know this because it could be extremely dangerous. Not just that they would do something to you in the elevator because you know there's security cameras, but they could follow you off onto your floor, follow you into your apartment or force you to let them into your apartment. But yeah, my mom, when I first moved to LA, she told me don't get in the elevators with strangers, especially men, if it's just you and them. And you know, when she told me this, I thought she was over exaggerating. I thought she was like just being paranoid. But I'm really glad that I actually listened to her in this situation because it could have been very bad. Before this situation, I actually did get into the elevators with strangers sometimes, like people that I thought didn't look suspicious, which now I don't do that. I literally just won't get in the elevator with a person anymore. But I have gotten into elevators with like DoorDash drivers and like delivery people because I just didn't think anything of it. In this situation, it was specifically because the man was very large. He was at least 6'3" and he was like very big. And even though he had on like the construction suit and like hard hat and everything, it didn't look like he knew what he was doing. It looked like he didn't know where he was. I think that's why like my gut reaction was like, don't get in the elevator with this man. But yeah, that's another thing. If you ever think that you're like being overly paranoid about something, just listen to your gut, because most often like there are little cues that subliminally will tell you something's not right. I'm using my favorite NYX lip liner. I feel like this is a very muted look, but I kind of want to do burgundy lips. You know what, I'm gonna do it. I recently posted a TikTok about this, but I've been using the Peri Peri Ink the Velvet in number 31 Wine Nude, and it's like the perfect red bean type of lipstick color. This is where I contour my lips. Take a brush and then blend it in. This helps you get the soft, blurred lipstick edges, but the application is still very precise. And then let's apply some more on the center. This is a very cool toned red. I'm not sure if I'm feeling this lip color. Maybe we'll apply a little bit of red. Classy Plum Rose in the center. I'm gonna apply a little bit of concealer to make it a little more nudish. I'm gonna apply eyebrow wax now, so I'm using my Makeup Forever setting spray and then just wetting the eyebrow wax. I do this last because if you do this first, when you set your foundation with powder, it's gonna make your eyebrows all powdery. Look at the difference that eyebrow wax makes. It just looks like cleaner. I'm gonna fill in any blank areas with an eyebrow pen. This is from NYX, it's my favorite. It's so useful. You can use it for eyeliner, beauty marks, and your brows. And then finally, what I've been doing is I've also been using highlighter to contour. So I'm using a highlighting powder. Actually, I'm gonna apply a little bit of the contour shade right on top of the blush. So we're kind of like creating an ombre. And this is the completed look. So for accessories today, I have these earrings from En Route Jewelry. These are like my go-to when I don't know which earrings to wear. They just like match everything. And then you guys know I've been going through a fake glasses phase. I just think they're so cute. I like to get blue light blocking ones, so they're useful and they don't have like as much of a glare. This is the outfit. Thank you so much for watching. As a reminder, delivery.co is doing a huge sale right now. The last plushie I ever designed is also a bunny, and it's the year of the rabbit, which is my year. If you want to get a bunny plushie for good luck, shop delivery.co. If you like this video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you liked me, remember to follow me on all of my social media, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! So the ways gotta get into first need a lesson, wisdom too. Wishing that the pussy was a kissing booth. There's breakfast, lunch, and gin and juice. That dinner just like Racer 2. And then wait French, wait fresh, give me two. When I